Yellowstone National Park. It's the first day of spring, March 20th, and I just cross-country skied about 2.5 miles into Tower Fall, and it's such a trip to be here with no one here. And I just came across this like intersection where there's a store and restrooms, and there's a campground nearby. Obviously all of this is closed right now. So I was getting a little worried just because I'm by myself, and I was like, you know, thinking about the wildlife basically. And I saw some tracks. Obviously I saw some bison right at the beginning and had to go off the road to have some distance because they were just right off the road, and I thought I was a little too close to them. So I got off the road and walked in the grass and the snow to get around them. But later on I saw some tracks that could be from a cat. And I was trying to decide on how fresh they looked because it is snowing. So that makes it a little bit easier to tell if it's a fresh track or not. And it looks like it could have been from today. So I was getting a little worried. Definitely stopping every so often to check my surroundings, look up into the rocks. I'm usually not too concerned about wildlife because I've spent plenty of time in the backcountry and wilderness and know that usually the animals are more scared of us than we are them. But it is spring, and they could be hungry. So I'm gonna go check out this Tower Fall now. Oh wow! Oh wow! I just came on that road above it. Wow! That's so cool! Oh my gosh! Oh, this is totally worth it. Wow. This is incredible to be here by myself in Yellowstone, the oldest national park, one of the busiest national parks. I have this whole place to myself. There's my car, surrounded by bison. This is gonna be a little tricky to get in. Got a traffic jam. Y'all, it's just before 6 on May 20th and at Yellowstone, and there is nobody here. This is insane. Nobody is here. Look at this. Nobody. It's like a ghost town. For being one of the busier parks. There we go. For being one of the busier parks, like in the winter, it's dead. Nobody's here. This is crazy. I love it. Look at that. Mammoth Hot Springs behind me. That's Liberty Cap. That's travertine. I think. Nobody's here. I can't get over it. And now I'm headed out of the park. It's been about 2 days here. And only one road of the park is open. And I read on the map that it's like 10% of the park, basically. So the road from the north entrance to the northeast entrance is the only road that's open all year long. And even when you get to the northeast entrance, there's a town right outside called Cook City, and right after that is the Beartooth Highway, and that's closed. So you can't even come from that direction. So the people in Cook City, if they have to leave, like they have to go all the way around through the park to get out. So probably up to Livingston is the closest big town, but on the interstate. So yeah, I was thinking that I might not get to see much here. It's my first time here, so I didn't think I was going to be able to see much, and maybe not even any like thermal activity. And so I was happy to be able to check out Mammoth Hot Springs, and then I was able to do some cross-country skiing on some closed roads to Tower Fall, which was the highlight of the trip. That was incredible. And on another closed road that, you know, was kind of iffy. And then I did a small trail yesterday closer to the northeast entrance of the park. Not very far. And yeah, I just skied around the upper terrace loop, which when there's no snow, it's like a one-way drive, I guess. And I was skiing, and like there's just patches of pavement, and so after a certain point I was like, forget this. So I just took off my skis and just walked the rest of the way. But but you have a great view of Fort Yellowstone, which I learned about when the park, because this is the first national park, and when it was first designated, they needed the army to come out here to help with poachers and people like destroying landmarks and things. And so the army was here for, I think it said 32 years. And so some of the buildings are still here from that time. So that's pretty cool. And so I can't remember exactly when it was designated. I want to say it was like 1876. So the army was here until 1918, I believe. So it's neat that the buildings are still here. But I mean, and it's a huge compound, like at this entrance. I don't know about the other areas of the park because I have never been here before, but this is like a huge compound of buildings, and they have their own post office, and so it's pretty intense. So hopefully I can get back sometime and check out the rest of the park. But like you could, I keep thinking, like, if I stayed in a campground here, you know, I think I read where there's like a 30-day max that you can stay, and I was like, yeah, you could stay here for 30 days and maybe see everything. I don't know, it's huge. Like, and I'm the kind of person that I like to go down every trail to see everything. So there's so much to do, and I have been able to see I guess that's the other thing. So they said that the northern area, the northern range, I think they call it, is where more of the wildlife is. And so, and then even in the winter, they say is a good time to see the wildlife because, you know, a lot of the trees don't have leaves, and then, you know, the snow is a nice backdrop. So I've seen bison and elk, like literally just crossing the road, right off the road. I saw pronghorn this morning, and then I saw mule deer. So that's all of the big wildlife I've seen. So it's pretty exciting. I think that's about it. So until next time, later.